You know, with modern software, it's kind of like a house of cards. If one little piece fails, the whole thing can just come tumbling down. So today, we're talking about the safety net that stops that from happening. Amazon's Simple Queue Service, or SQS. Let's dive in and see how it makes sure your application never ever misses a beat.
I mean, just think about it for a second. What if you could build a system where losing a message was literally impossible? A system so reliable that even if a server just completely crashed and burned, every single piece of data would still get where it needs to go. Well, that's exactly the problem SQS was built to solve.
And this right here is why that reliability is so important. See, modern apps aren't just one big blob of code anymore. They're made up of all these little independent services, like you see here with components 1, 2, and 3. And for the whole system to actually work, they all have to be able to talk to each other. SQS is basically that super reliable bridge that connects them.
So you might be asking, why bother with this middleman, right? Why not just have the services talk directly to each other? Let's break down what a queue actually does for us, because it's a pretty big deal.
Honestly, the best way to think about a queue is like the ticket rail in a super busy restaurant. Waiters don't just run into the kitchen and scream orders at the chefs, right? That would be total chaos. Instead, they put the order tickets on that metal rail, and the chefs just grab the next one when they're ready. That rail, that's the queue. It separates, or as we say in the biz, it decouples the people taking the orders from the people making the food. This lets both sides work at their own pace without the kitchen getting completely overwhelmed.
Okay, so once you're on board with using SQS, you hit your first big decision. There are two totally different kinds of queues, and you have to pick the right one for the job. So let's look at the options, standard versus FIFO. First up, you've got the standard queue. This thing is an absolute workhorse. It's built for pure speed and can handle a nearly unlimited number of messages. Now, the key trade-off here is that it guarantees a message will be delivered at least once, but it doesn't promise they'll arrive in perfect order. It's all about getting a massive amount of work done, even if the order gets a little shuffled now and then.
And then, on the other side of the coin, you have the FIFO queue. FIFO, as you probably know, stands for first in, first out. And this one is all about precision. It gives you two rock-solid guarantees. Messages get processed in the exact order they were sent, and each message is processed exactly once. No duplicates, no reordering, period. And this is where you can really see the difference. It's crystal clear. Just look at this. On the left, that standard queue is doing its best effort thing. Notice how the messages can get all mixed up. But then look at the right. The FIFO queue, it's a perfect line. Messages go in, they come out in the exact same sequence. This visual just says it all.
All right, let's just lay it all out in a simple table. For throughput, standard is basically unlimited. For delivery, you're choosing between at least once and exactly once. And for ordering, it's that best effort versus strict first in, first out. At the end of the day, your choice comes down to one simple question. Do you need massive scale, or do you need absolute, undeniable precision? Okay, so we get the what and the why, but how does this thing actually work under the hood? What's the real journey of a single message? Let's follow one from the very beginning to the very end. It's really like a three-step dance. First, a message gets sent to the queue and stored nice and safe. Second, a consumer receives it. Now, this is the magic part. The moment it's received, SQS makes that message invisible to everybody else. This little lock is called the visibility timeout, and it stops two different workers from accidentally grabbing the same job. Then third, once the work is done, the consumer deletes the message for good. And here is that safety net we were talking about. If that consumer crashes and never deletes the message, the timeout just expires, and the message reappears in the queue, all ready for another worker to pick it up. See? Nothing ever gets lost.
Okay, we gotta talk about the money side of things. But don't worry, the news here is really good. SQS has a super straightforward pay-for-what-you-use model, and it's actually incredibly cheap to get going.
Let's just start with the best part. You gotta love this, the free tier. Amazon gives every single customer 1 million, yes, 1 million SQS requests every single month, totally free. For a whole lot of apps out there, that means you can get all this amazing reliability without paying a single penny.
So what happens if you go over that million? It's super simple. First, there are no minimum fees. None. Second, every little thing you do, sending a message, receiving one, deleting one, that just counts as one request. And third, if your messages are a bit chunky, they just get billed in little 64 kilobyte pieces. That is it. No complex math, super transparent.
All right, we've covered a lot. What it is, how it works, what it costs. Now for the most important part, putting it all together. How do you actually decide which queue is the right one for your project?
Look, it really just boils down to this. You're going to want to use a standard queue when raw speed and throughput are what matter most. Think about background jobs like crunching uploaded images or blasting out thousands of emails, tasks where it's not the end of the world if the order is a little off. On the other hand, you absolutely must use a FIFO queue when the sequence cannot be messed with. We're talking about things like user commands that have to happen in a specific order, or financial transactions where, duplicates and reordering are just a complete non-starter.
So, what's the big takeaway here? At the end of the day, with a tool like SQS, you can stop worrying about messages getting lost in the void. You can start designing systems that are just inherently tough, that are resilient right from the very start. It really is a foundational building block for any modern scalable software. Which leads us to the final question. With this kind of safety net in your back pocket, what are you going to create?